Hello students, I am Sayyada Khan here, and today I am going to teach you English 3 questions part 3. Students, in the previous video we had done part 2. Now we are moving ahead with 3 questions, chapter number 1, part 3. Today I am going to give you some extra questions, students. The first question is, choose the correct option. Students, please write the heading, choose the correct option. The first question is, the king wanted to know answers of dash questions. I repeat, the king wanted to know answers of dash questions. Students, I have given you 4 options. The first option is 4, the second option is 3, the third option is 2, and the fourth option is 1. And the answer is 3. So, the sentence goes like this. The king wanted to know answers of 3 questions. Now, let's move on to the second question. As the answers to the king's questions were so different, he decided to seek the advice of a dash. Again, I have given you 4 options: hermit, doctor, beggar, and friend. So the answer is the first option, hermit. Students, please write the answer hermit, and please write it in the same manner as I have written in my notebook. Please write answer, then the option number A, and then the answer hermit. So, as the answers to the king's questions were so different, he decided to seek the advice of a hermit. Now, let's move on to question number 3. You are tired. Let me take the spade and work in your place. Students, who said these words? Do you remember when I was teaching you the lesson? Do you remember something, students, who said these words? Well done. The king said these words. Very good, students. So the first option is, the king's bodyguard said these words? No. The king said these words? No. Sorry, right. The king said these words? Right. C. The hermit said these words? No. The bearded man said these words? No. So the correct answer is option B. The king said these words. Now, let's move on to question number 4. Let's move on to question number 4. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound dash. The first option is in his stomach. The second option is on his head. The third option is on his leg, and the fourth option is on his shoulders. So students, the answer is the first option, in his stomach. Do you remember when I was explaining you the lesson? I read the lesson and I explained that the king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. Let's move on to question number 5. The king showed his dash by sending his servants and his own doctor to look after the wounded man. How did the king show his, what, students? Forgiveness. Yes, he forgave the bearded man. How did he forgive the bearded man? By sending his servants and his own doctor to look after the wounded man. So the answer is the fourth option, forgiveness. Please write option D, forgiveness. Now, let's move on to question number 6. The king and the hermit carried the dash man into the hut and laid him on the bed. Students, the king and the hermit carried the wounded man. You remember the bearded man was wounded. So he carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. So please write the option number C, wounded. Students, now let's move on to the next question. The next heading, write true or false. The first one, a thought came to a certain king that he would fail if he knew 3 things. Students, is this right or wrong? Is it true or false? Very good, students. It is false, because the right answer is, a thought came to a certain king that he would not fail if he knew 3 things. The second question. Let's move on to the second question. The king sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum of money to anyone who would answer his 3 questions. So the answer is true. Now let's move on to the next page, that is question number 3. In reply to the king's first question, some said that the king must prepare a menu. Students, do you know what is a menu? It is a food chart. When you go to a hotel or a restaurant, you find a menu on the table from which you select what food are you going to eat. So, menu is a food chart which you find in hotels and restaurants on the table. It consists of the variety of food and their price. So students, I am repeating the question. In reply to the king's first question, some said that the king must prepare a menu and then follow it strictly. Students, do you remember? Did they say the king has to prepare a menu? No. The king has to prepare a timetable. So this answer is false. Now let's move on to question number 4. The king was satisfied with the answers he got from the wise men. Students, is this right or wrong? Is it true or false? Fantastic. It is false. Very good, students. So, the answer is false, because the right answer is the king was not satisfied. Let's move on to question number 5. The king washed and covered the bearded man's wound with his handkerchief. So, students, the answer is true. It is right. Now, let's move on to question number 6. The present is the most important time, because it is the only time when we have any power to act. Students, is it true or false? Superb. Well done, students. The answer is true. I told you while explaining that the present is the most important time, because it is the only time when we have any power to act. So students, do not wait for the future. When any opportunity comes your way, please grab that opportunity, because it may not knock your door again, students. So the present is the most important time, because it is the only time when you have any power to act. Students, now let's move on to question number, fill in the blanks. The next heading, fill in the blanks. Students, I hope you are all writing the notes in your notebook. And please write in neat and clean handwriting. You can use a black pen for writing the heading and a blue pen for writing the question answers and the fill in the blanks and whatever the notes I mean. Now let's move on to the first fill in the blank. When the bearded man reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. So please underline the word fainted. The second one, students, the hermit lived in a wood which he never left. So please underline the word hermit. Let's move on to question number 3. The king sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum of money to anyone who would answer his 3 questions. So students, please underline the word messengers. Question number 4. In order to decide the right time for doing something, it is necessary to look into the future. Please underline the word future, students. Let's move on to the next question, number 5. The hermit was known for his wisdom. So please underline the word wisdom, students. And now let's move on to question number 6. The king was very happy to have made peace with his enemy. So please underline the word peace. Number 7. The king promised to give the bearded man his property. Underline the word his property. Students, I hope you have all understood the fill in the blanks. Before I move forward, I would like to tell you, students, whenever you write a sentence, always begin with a capital letter. And please do not forget to put a full stop at the end of the sentence. Now, let's move on to write the antonyms of. What do you mean by antonyms? Antonyms means the opposites. Antonyms means opposites. So we are going to write the opposites. The first one is possible, impossible. The second one is wise, foolish. Number 3, different, similar. Number 4, ordinary, extraordinary. Number 5, important, unimportant. Number 6, awoke, asleep. Number 7, enemy, friend. Number 8, peace, conflict. Number 8, we will move on to number 9, recognize, overlook. Number 10, attack, defend. So students, I hope you have understood. Write the antonyms of. Antonyms means the opposite of. Now let's move on to the next question. Students, now we will make sentences with the given word. You can write the sentences I have given you, or you can make your own sentences. The first one is wounded. The wounded soldier lashed around in great pain. Students, now let's move on to the last page. This is the last page of your lesson. Second one, the second word is awoke. The sound of the heavy footsteps awoke the watchdog. Number 3, forgive. The kind master forgave his servant. Number 4, faithful. There is no friend so faithful as a good book. Students, just understand this sentence. There is no friend so faithful as a good book. So students, please start developing the habit of reading. And a book is man's best friend. Whenever you are depressed or sad, you want to share something, you can always pick up your book and you can talk to your book and you can read your book and you feel very relieved, you feel very light. Instead of telling or sharing something with your friend, you can always share it with your book. So there is no friend so faithful as a good book. You can always start writing a diary and you can write your day's activity in your book, what all happened in the day, instead of sharing with someone else, your friend who may not be faithful to you in future. So you can always pen down your lines in your diary. Students, I want to tell you famous personalities like Mahatma Gandhi. He always wrote a diary. So students, it is a very good habit to write a diary. So the sentence was faithful. There is no friend so faithful as a good book. And start developing the habit of reading. Number 5, pity. The lion felt pity for the mouse he had caught and let it go. Number 6, beds. The gardener dug 2 beds and sowed seeds. Number 7, my parents have returned from London last week. So students, we have come to the end of lesson number 1, 3 questions, part 3. Students, please start writing your notes in your notebook in neat and clean handwriting. In the next video, when I come back, we will start with a new poem. I will start with the poem The Squirrel, part 1. So students, please be ready with your reader in the next video. Your pencil, your pen, whatever stationery you need, please keep it ready for the next video. Thank you for now, students. Take care. Bye.